so friction's off. Friction on the cyclic. Kind of, you can just keep that cyclic check between your legs there the whole time.
Okay.
That can be just kind of, I mean, all the way through startup, it can be right in that position.
Okay.
Turn that cyclic friction off. Collective friction off, and you're checking your collective. So to do that, you roll all the way into that spring.
Okay.
What that does is that overrides that correlator, so you're not flooding the engine.
Okay.
So your race collective is not adding throttle. Okay.
So that's probably me. I mean, put pressure on
Okay. And next is our cyclic. So I'm going to go full travel on the cyclic.
Okay.
Yellow for the camera. Okay, so all the way around at least once, full travel, no obstructions, then you can lock it back in. And then pedals, you want to make sure it just has complete full travel here. So all the way down and all the way down.
Okay.
Okay, then you can go back to neutral there. All right, next on the checklist, we have frictions back on. So you want to start out.
I just turned that
Good.
on, sorry.
Yep. You're good. And then collective, go ahead and do that if you like. That one's kind of tight, so you can have to just like anchor your fingers and push back with your thumb there.
Okay.
So friction's on, rotor brake disengaged. That's done.
Okay.
Fuel shutoff valve on.
Check.
Okay. Altimeter. So record pressure, altitude, set field elevation. Do you remember how to get our pressure altitude?
Yep, so we'll set it to 2992. So we're at 4,400.
Yep.
Okay.
And then next on the list is set field elevation. You want to bring it back up to 4,720. Next we have
Manifold pressure.
pressure check. So you want that to be about 25 inches here.
Okay.
That's because it's measuring our ambient air pressure.
Okay.
Standard air pressure at sea levels, 29.92, about 30.
Okay.
Take off an inch of manifold pressure per 1,000 feet. Those are
Uh-huh.
our standard lapse rates. Brings us down to about 29 or 26, or a little less. If it's a
Nice.
little bit.
I got that calculated in my head, every single
Or
word.
actually, yeah, exactly. The video. I talk a lot because of the video. Okay, lane light, magnetos, master alternator, clutch, strobe, nav lights off. You want to have so kind of get in the practice of just keeping your left hand on that collective,
Okay.
using your right hand, anchoring that cyclic, using your right hand to check everything physically. So
we got landing. This is my landing light, right?
Yep.
Off. Then we have keys off, master's off, alternators off, clutch is off, strobe's off, nav is off.
yep.
I don't know if I went exactly to that. Strobe, nav lights.
So that's basically just switches.
Okay.
You know where all the switches are, that's what you've got, plus magnetics. Next is radio and transponder. Same thing, you want to physically kind of grab that small knob, turn it all the way counterclockwise.
Okay.
And same thing on the big knob on the right of the transponder.
Where
Transponder
there it
is
is.
right here.
Okay, check.
Okay. Next we have cyclic trim down. Cyclic trim is that black one there. If it's up, it's going to be way up.
Okay.
Down, it'll be obvious.
Okay, so that is the cyclic trim is down, check. Mixture full rich.
So make sure you push the button, drop it all the way down, and then install that car.
Okay. Carb heat off.
Now the carb heat is one you can do with your left hand since it's so close. You can still kind of monitor your throttle, monitor your collective, and off is all the way down. And leave that unlatched for now.
Okay. Governor is off, check.
Okay.
Circuit breakers all in. Check.
Good.
Oh wait, I have to do that with my left hand. I can't reach that far.
Yeah, that's fine.
Primer if needed.
Yeah. It's just something, it's one of those habit patterns I like to build up in people. But after it's started, you're always watching that throttle.
Okay.
It's really for after the start.
Okay. Primer. We don't have a primer, do we? Or do
No,
we?
we don't.
Okay.
Best we can do is twist the throttle, but we'll be doing that shortly.
Okay.
So flip it over. Perfect.
Master switch. So go through this now.
Yep, so you're going to master switch on, strobe on. After you do that, you're going to check the area. So have me clear left,
Okay.
clear right. Also check and make sure the blades are level.
Okay.
And then yell clear.
Okay.
Clear! Clear! So, go to pull.
Okay.
Master strobe on here. Which does talk about, it's more 1 second here. So, turn on our master on our strobe. The important thing here is that after the ignition switch, and we've got it to 50. So once we start it, get it at 55% RPM. I have this set as alternator, clutch, pressure, starter, blades. So alternator on, clutch on, pressure in the green, starter light out,
Okay.
with that off, and then blades turning within 5 seconds. Okay. So it's a quick little flow pattern there. That way you don't have to look at the list for everything, because you want to get that done as early as possible after the startup.
Yeah, that's a lot going on.
So we'll get to that point if you want to do master and strobe.
Okay.
Just started it.
Master, strobe. Okay. Cleared the area.
Did that. So
Throttle.
full travel means all the way towards me. That's all the way open, right?
Okay.
Does yours work the same way? Your throttle?
Yes.
Okay, great. And then all the way into this spring as well.
Gotcha.
And then
Okay.
let it release, and then make sure
That it's
in there.
closed. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
So throttle closed, or we just did this and then verbalized throttle is closed.
Yep. So you don't spin that nut back there.
Okay. So it's closed.
Yep. Definitely closed.
Okay.
All right. Now take your right hand and you can actually get that started.
Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Is it going towards me this way, right?
Yep. Clockwise. The first thing you want to worry about is just getting 55% of that engine RPM.
Okay, how do you have me?
Good. Check, check.
Okay. Have you as well? You always want somebody managing that throttle. When you have two people in the cockpit, you might as well.
Yeah.
That's that crew resource management. That's a basic facet of it, is remembering that that throttle is really sensitive.
Okay.
Especially if someone's getting in and out, like if I'm getting in and out and you're soloing, make sure you got that throttle just locked in there.
Okay.
Because it's so sensitive.
In traffic, 74 Juliet Hotel, clear 34, taxi ramp.
So, got our headsets on. We already checked for unusual noise. That unusual noise, what you're listening for, is just a bad bearing. I don't know if you've ever heard of bad bearing before.
Not really.
It's kind of like a whine. Some people compare it to a siren.
Oh, yeah.
High-pitched squeal.
Okay.
Yeah. You'll know it when you hear it. Okay, got our headsets on. next get weather. So what you can do with this ship is actually just hit that frequency swap one there and actually swap it back if you would. Sometimes this radio for some reason changes the station just a little bit. Okay, now swap back.
Automated weather observation 1935 Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 17 Celsius. Dew point -4 Celsius. Altimeter 3024.
3024, we look good there.
Yep.
And the temperature was
Minden Tahoe Airport. Automated weather observation 1935 Zulu weather. Wind calm. Visibility more than 10. Sky condition clear below 12,000. Temperature 17 Celsius. Dew point -4 Celsius. Altimeter 3024.
so if we're at 17 Celsius and what we're going to be at 5,000, 6,000 or
Round it to 5,000 and
Okay.
round that 17 up to 20.
up to 20.
That'll give us a little bit of a buffer zone.
Cool. So what do we want to be pulling, like 22?
So you want to go right between the 4 and the 6 there. So extrapolate that out. It's going to give you right between 21.3 and 21.8 is probably 21.5.
21.5.
So follow that 20 down.
Center traffic, glider tow.
Go right between on the elevations.
Left turn to the east, Minden.
So we're going to be right in here, right?
Yep, right between 21.3 and 21.8.
Okay. 21.8.
So that's going to give us our max continuous power, or MCP, is going to be 21.5. If
Okay.
we go with that. And our max takeoff power, or MTOP for short,
Okay.
our 5-minute takeoff rating is going to be 0.9 above that. So what would that give us?
What was the first one?
21.5.
21.5.
Yeah.
So we'd be at 21 or 22.2, or I'm not calculating exactly in my head.
22. Yeah, you can add 1 and take away a 0.1, or you can really just add a 1 if you like. You can't see a 0.1 on that instrument.
Okay.
There's no reason to ridiculously struggle with this thing. If it's 21.5, you can say 22.5.
22.5.
Yeah,
Okay.
22.4 would be exact.
Cool. Okay. 22.5.
Yeah.
Okay. Engine gauge. Green. 75.
Yep, gauge is green. You're just checking these 3 here.
Okay.
Yep. Mostly for this section though, you're making sure that it's warm enough because you're about to check the mags, and the mags are connected to the engine, so oil can leak into the mags.
Okay.
And the hotter it is, the more viscous that oil is, the more likely it is, or the more fluid it is, the more likely it is to get into that mag and fail it.
Okay.
So that's why you want to wait till it's warmed up before you test the mags.
Okay.
So you've got it in the green, so you want to test, I like to have people test the right mag first.
Okay. So I'm
So
gonna
2
go.
clicks. And count 1,000, 2, 1,000.
Up, came
You want to
down.
make sure it's less than 7%, but you want to also, so as soon as you get that 2 seconds, click it back. Let me just demo it to you one time here.
Okay.
So we'll get it stabilized back at 75. It should do that on its own. Okay, first thing we're going to do, 2 clicks, 1,000, 2, 1,000,
Okay.
back to both. Now we want to make sure it's less than 7%, but you also want to kind of remember that was about a 3% drop, wasn't much at all.
Okay.
Next time we do 1 click after it's stabilized, 1,002, back to both,
Mm-hmm.
and about a 3% drop there too, well below 7.
Okay.
And the reason why you do left second is so it's 1 click back to both, so you don't accidentally take off with only 1 click back. If you go 2 clicks the second time, then you have to go 2 clicks back. You might only do 1, and then end up with just 1 mag.
Okay. Gauge are in green, mag check. Check good. Carb heat check. It is obviously risen and it's all the way up.
Yep. So what you can do there for the check is lower the knob.
Okay.
Make sure this temp comes down. Take a sec with how warm it is.
Minden traffic, golf cart crossing 3416.
But now you can actually see it moving down there.
Yep.
And you're going to see your RPM start coming up.
Okay.
You were at 75, now you're at 80.
Yep.
So that's a direct correlation there. You're putting cooler air into your engine, so you're getting a better horsepower. It's bringing up the RPM a little bit.
Okay. Cool. Carb check. Check. Sprag clutch. Check. 75% RPM. Needle splits. So if I'm at 75% RPM, that when I will roll off throttle.
Yep, roll towards you fairly quickly. Now see if it's a little warm. You had it at idle there at first.
Yeah.
What you can do if it's a little bit warm, and just stay with me on the throttle here, is you
Okay.
bring it up, kind of like act like you're going to 90.
Okay.
And then catch it on the way up.
Ah, okay.
And you just want to make sure that engine RPM gets below that rotor RPM.
Okay.
So you can give that a shot.
All right, so we'll roll it up slowly to about 90.
Catch it on the way. Very nice.
Okay.
Well, at least about a 5 to 10% split.
Okay.
Visible.
Okay. Check. Cockpit, no loose items.
Sound like me the last 2 days.
I bet.
Stumbling.
Everything looks good, secure. Okay. Cockpit, collective frictions off.
So here you want to start with, do the cyclic first with your right hand.
Okay.
The safest, most efficient way to do this. Now you can keep that left hand, that's good right there. It only takes a couple turns really.
Okay.
And you can take your left hand and just keep the collective check the whole way back.
Okay.
And then disengage it with your left.
Okay, check.
Good.
Throttle roll to 90%, governor on. All right, rolling on to 90. I'll flick the governor on. RP out of the yellow, stabilize.
Wind and traffic, Gulf Coast, glider crossing runway 34, back taxiing runway 30 to the glider staging area.
Okay, so we're out of the yellow.
Yep. Now next, you want to do this low RPM warning system. So do you have one on your ship?
No.
Really?
No.
Interesting. Okay, so you raise collective and roll towards you just a touch, really slowly. You want to make sure it turns on 97% plus or minus 1. Good.
Okay.
Now let off, let the governor take over, and bring that collective all the way back down.
Okay. All right. Worked.
Wind and traffic, Gulf Coast, runway 34.
You're fairly clear left. You have the Cessna
to the glider staging area.
close in.
Okay. This I could stow, or do you want me to keep it on here?
Yep, stow it.
Wind and traffic.
Tuck it back in front there.
Taking runway 34 for left downwind departure.
Okay.
And then go ahead. You can twist that if it seems like it's going to be in your way, kind of towards the outside a little bit. Yeah, that's just about all it takes. All right. So do you know if your mast is rigged to one side or the other?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Okay, so probably your right skid comes up first?
Yes.
Okay, so same thing here. Your right skid's going to come up first. You want to get loose, cancel out all the movement.
Okay.
And then move the cyclic into where it's lifting.
Okay. And you want me to do the takeoff or the pull?
How you feeling? Do you feel like you're going to have a really good pickup? I mean, you have 90 hours. I think it'll be fine. There's plenty of room there. I'll correct for you if anything goes off.
Okay. All right. Here we go.
Okay, remember if you're sliding at all, then you're going to have, your cyclic is pretty far off. And that's just adjusting to the ship, good hover. Where you want to just get rid of that before you continue raising. And it'll be a lot easier when you get up into that pickup.
Okay.
Clear your tail.
Tail's cleared.
And let's head out onto the taxiway. I'll make the calls today.
Okay.
Minden traffic, helicopter 815 is taxiing from Head Aviation on Delta towards Alpha, Minden.
Minden traffic, Skylane 647 is turning left, crosswind, runway 34.
When's the last time you flew?
Well, it seemed like it was maybe a week and a half ago, last week sometime.
Okay.
But this is just completely different from the Helicycle.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty different. Good though, this is actually a really good height. Nice solid hover, I like it. Just always make sure you clear that tail.
Okay.
We're just building in that habit pattern.
Okay.
So that every time you go to an off airport, you never forget. It's just automatic. Every time you're about to push that pedal, your head turns.
Okay. I hope I have my headset on the right way. I think I do. I have the left ear to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. If you get a buzzing at all, if you don't in your helicopter, you won't get it in this.
Okay.
Sometimes the ear cups don't seal. What do you call that line up there that's going to divide us from the runway.
Hold short line.
Good. So are you allowed to bring, what part of the helicopter are you allowed to bring over that before you make your call?
Nothing.
Good, yeah, not the rotor disc. Do you and Roger usually hover out
Yeah.
Sierra? Okay. It'll feel like deja vu probably this flight. Okay, it's clear on the taxiway?
Yep.
Okay. This thing probably feels heavy.
Yeah.
It's probably easier to fly than a Helicycle. All right, you're clear left.
Okay.
Minute traffic, helicopter 815, crossing 1230 at Alpha, minute. Good. Very nice.
Traffic limit, 644 minutes.
Okay, so we'll come to a hover right in the middle of this triangle.
Okay.
Minute traffic, helicopter 815, clear all runways, minute. Very nice. Make sure to clear that tail.
Roger.
We'll do here what's called the twin check, so we're checking for traffic. So first we do a full 360 left pedal turn.
Okay. Left pedal.
Try and stay right over that spot. Keep looking long. Down clear.
Clear.
Kingsbury's clear. Base is clear. We have a plane in the run-up area about to take off. And glider tow plane's about to get set up, but they're still not anywhere near it. Runway's clear. Okay. The W in that twin check is wind. None to speak of. The I is instrument check. Do you remember what the instrument check goes?
That's like RPM, oil, gauges in the green, RPM, and fuel.
Good, close. I'll just say it for the sake of the video here.
Okay.
No lights, top of the green. That's the RPM. Gauge is green, fuel, carb.
Okay.
Okay. So that's done. The first N is nose into the wind, which we don't have any, so we're definitely into it. And the second N is notify, so make our call. Minute traffic, helicopter 815, departing Alpha, parallel 34, left closed traffic, minute. All right, let's see a takeoff here.
All right, here we go.
Very nice. Okay, so keep pitching forward. When we get 40 knots, that's when we pull our M-top, so 22 inches. A little more collective. Good. Now we're pitching to 60, so we're doing this climb at 60 knots. Now this, use your attitude, just look outside. This is actually going to be a little bit less, or a little bit more than 60 right here, so let the nose come up just slightly. Good. Okay. This is our turning tree. This is where we turn left crosswind here, so you're clear left. And then on downwind, we're going to be following this ditch up in front here, the first drainage ditch here.
Okay.
So just a little bit to this side of that. And you're clear left. But now downwind, we want to fly just basically over the right corner of these buildings here. I want to stay away from the little farmhouse.
Okay.
The one over there. And everything here is parallel to the runway, so if you just follow the ditch or follow these lines here, you'll be on a perfect downwind.
Am I too far in, or is this where we
Yeah,
want?
just a little bit. Gonna be pretty much right over the right edge of those white buildings there.
Oh, okay.
Minute traffic, helicopter 815, left downwind 34 minute. Nice. So as we're tracking over these fields here, feel those updrafts. Yeah, we just hit a dark field right there.
Yeah.
All right. So we got another plane taxiing. So this is where we do our shit check, which is for the R-22.
Okay.
Switches down at night, they'd be up. Heat comes all the way up.
Midland traffic, IB88 Papa November, departing runway 34, left cross, traffic, Midland.
Okay, and trim is down is the T in the shit check. Okay, try and keep that 5,200 here. Good. Now we're 45 degrees to our spot. We're going to go to Alpha here.
Okay.
So keep your descent going here. Let's get down to about 5,200. We'll extend out a little bit just because we started a little bit high.
Okay.
Okay, you're clear left. Turn whenever you like. Minute traffic, helicopter A15 left base, Alpha parallel 34. Traffic in the run-up area in sight. Minute. So final is clear below, clear left. I like to have about 5,000 feet on base. Right now when we make this turn, since we're about 100 feet high.
Okay.
21488, taking runway 34 for departure, right turnout, and headed eastbound VFR.
Let's see how this approach feels though. We're aiming for X-ray, which is that intersection of the closed taxiway and Alpha.
Where do we want to go?
See where you can just barely see that yellow square right there. We're a little shallow right now.
Traffic, November 8 Whiskey Foxtrot.
And bleed off some speed. We're a little fast.
Northwest, Skinner 45 for left downwind 34.
So things are probably going to feel different. All right, we're still a little shallow.
Midland traffic, IB88 Papa November, left crosswind, runway 34, Midland.
Traffic, Whiskey Foxtrot, about a mile out on 45 for left downwind 34, looking for the crosswind traffic.
Papa November, crosswind to left downwind 34, Midland.
Okay, November 8 Whiskey Foxtrot, have the RV in sight, read number 2.
Actually, nicely done. You're a little shallow.
Yeah.
And but you did a good job of getting rid of that speed in kind of a quick way. You made it to the spot pretty quickly. By the time you got down here, you were nice and safe. You had a slow descent rate. Good. We won't work on too many approaches right now because we will fly a lot of those.
Okay.
So what we're going to do...
Minute traffic, Cessna 488, number 1 upwind departing will be a extended upwind and a turn to the right. Clear of all traffic, minute.
We're going to fly a left crosswind departure here.
Okay.
So we'll take off of, after an instrument check, take off of Alpha here. Once we get up past the runway, turn left out towards the mountains.
Okay. All right, so we have no warning lights, RPM's in the green, gauge is in the green, fuel looks good.
Good.
Do you need a call or do we just go?
I'll take the call.
Oh, okay.
Minute traffic, helicopter 815 departing Alpha, parallel 34 left close or left crosswind departure minute.
All right, here we go.
The traffic, IB88 Papa November, left
Okay, watch
base,
that power a little bit.
Midland traffic, Skywagon, November 8 Whiskey Foxtrot, midfield, left downwind 34, number 2.
Nice takeoff. Very good.
Unit traffic 488 is clearing to the east.
Okay, make sure to have me clear for traffic whenever you start a turn.
Okay.
What I meant there, a left crosswind departure, that's following that left crosswind, like what I was saying with Mike. Each one of those legs has a name. So that would be actually being out to where the crosswind is, leg of the traffic pattern and then making a turn.
Oh, okay.
That would be considered just an early turnout.
Yeah.
So you always just want to let people know if you're going to be doing something like that around an airport traffic pattern, especially Minden. We'll just head out towards Genoa here.
Okay.
And let's climb up to 5,600 for now.
Minden traffic, November 8, Whiskey Foxtrot, left base 34, number 2.
How'd that approach feel to you?
Good. Just, you know, a lot of corrections, a little just different from what I'm used to, trying to get used to how this feels, much more responsive.
This is more responsive?
Yeah.
Okay. You feel the road right there?
Yeah, it is.
Good though. Nice flying. Remember to keep your traffic scan up, especially around Minden. You want to do those sections.
November 8, Whiskey Foxtrot, final, runway 34, stop and go, Minden.
Okay, no lights, top of the green, gauge is green, fuel carb. Good level out. You're right at 70 knots. Accurate flying here. Well, as much time as you have, it's going to be, I don't want to say easy, but it's going to be easier for you to get your rating, that's for sure.
Awesome.
Pretty good feel for it. Okay, you're clear left. Let's turn south here.
Leaving the pattern to the north, Minden.
Minden traffic. Helicopter 815 is 2.5 to the west, southbound, 5,700 Minden. It's funny flying with Mike. I guess he sold all of it.
He what?
I guess he sold all the property out here, but it's funny flying with him. He's like, oh yeah, we own that guy and that guy.
I know. Oh, that guy.
They told me he sold it. I was like, oh, I guess you can't own the whole valley. So.
Yeah, no shit.
But maybe I guess you can. Probably want to.
At one time, maybe.
Yeah. Okay, so good, nice and stable at 70. What's that GPS airspeed or ground speed telling you right there compared to our?
77, 76. So obviously, we're going 70 according to our airspeed to the ground.
Yep. So even though it's totally still down on the ground, we have a little bit of a tailwind right now.
Ah, okay.
Yep. Our ground speed, that measures our ground speed. That's how fast we're actually traveling over the ground. But our airspeed is 70. So that means that we're getting pushed a little bit from behind. So when we turn to the north, it should be a little bit less than whatever we're flying. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, just stay with me on the controls.
Okay.
We're going to do a little bit of we're going to feel out the low RPM a little bit here.
Okay.
So we're going to leave the governor on, but we're just going to roll off throttle a little bit. And I'm not going to recover yet. All we're going to do is, okay, you have controls?
Yeah, I do now.
You have controls.
I have controls.
Spider crawling on my lip there.
Ah.
All right, and I have
Minden
controls.
traffic, glider to departing runway 30. Left turn to the east, Minden.
Okay, so I'm going to start to roll off of myself here. I'm going to fly here at about 95%.
Okay.
I want you to listen to that RPM.
Skywagon, November 8, Whiskey Foxtrot, turning downwind for left-hand traffic, 3-4.
The tone decrease.
We're going to make a stop and go.
A little bit. Now, if I don't do anything with the collective, that lower of RPM is going to bring our lift down, and it's going to start a descent. We might start to hear a flap too. That blade flap.
Yep.
That's the cue of a descent. Okay, there's the horn. It's okay. Just means we're not 98 anymore. Now we're 97. We're not going to make any quick reactions.
Okay.
It's not going to freak us out any, but we have an increase in vibration, sinking a little bit, and we have this loud, annoying horn.
Yeah.
But we're still totally safe. So as long as we don't have any big uncommanded yaw left or right, we're not in an engine failure, we probably just ran out of throttle. Okay, so that was me just letting the governor take over.
Okay.
Now if I were to not expect this to come, if I missed that RPM cue, the sound, and I got all the way to the horn, how I would recover is, so we're going to find that horn, the lower collective right pedal aft cyclic. So I'm using my attitude to bring up that nose. As soon as that RPM comes back, gently lower the nose again, raise collective, get our airspeed back.
Oh, I see.
So I'm going to do it again. I want you to not look at the RPM. I want you to look outside, focus on that horizon.
Okay.
When I do this half cyclic motion. Lower, a little bit aft, so it's not a lot, and gently roll on.
Gently roll on.
As soon as it comes back, get your airspeed back. Okay, you have controls?
I have control.
You have control. No lights, top of the green gauge is green fuel and carb. Okay, so let's fly straight and level at 70. I'm going to roll off on you here. I don't want you to panic.
Okay.
Obviously, you're not going to, but that horn is just, it's still safe to fly there as long as it's not going down quickly.
Okay.
So evaluate and then lower collective, right pedal, aft cyclic. And in this case, just kind of simulate that throttle roll on. Let that governor take over. Maybe nudge it a little bit, but don't roll on.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to roll off a little bit on you here. Listen to that RPM. And when you hear the horn, recover.
Traffic Cessna Skywagon November 8, Whiskey Foxtrot, Database Lake for runway 34, a stop and go. That sounds like Patrick.
Good.
Yeah, who's that? Is that Jerry? Yep, just coming in. From Gonzaga? Affirmative. All right, how was it? Unbelievable, about as good as it gets. I looked at the temperature, it sounded good. Okay, we're doing some touch and goes and wins and stuff here.
Oh, come on.
Hey, Whiskey Foxtrot.
Okay, no lights, top of the green. Get a green fuel car. Minute trap.
Right now, you still here? Affirmative, we're just coming over south end into the valley. Alright, we'll see you later. We're going to probably have lunch, or I am anyway.
Jesus fucking Christ. Minute traffic, helicopter A15, 6 miles to the southwest, southbound, 5,700 feet, minute. Idiots.
God, no shit.
Fucking get somebody killed. Okay. The busy airport, you know.
You don't chit chat.
No. Okay, so I'm going to roll off on you again here. Let's do another recovery. Say a little bit of a right roll there to try and keep a nice consistent raise.
Okay.
Simulate that roll on. And be careful with the recovery not to lower the nose too much. Okay, listen to that RPM. And here, when we're in descent, you get blade slap. Another cue that you're not straight and level.
Okay.
Okay, recover. Perfect. Very good. All right, let's see one more just like that. I'm going to start rolling off on you here. Listen to that RPM.
Okay.
Recover. Very nice.
Hey, Whiskey Foxtrot, rolling runway 34.
Oh, maybe. Just going to picture that they're old friends, haven't seen each other in a year. Everything's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we still have this tailwind here. So see when we turn around, we should be a little bit lower than 70.
Okay.
All right, you're clear left.
Okay, clear left.
Now it's just about right on.
Oh, yeah.
But that is, the higher you are up in altitude, the faster you're actually going as well. So that kind of adds to it a little bit. Or else we would have a lower ground speed than airspeed.
Good traffic, 2070 Lima, 2 mile final, 30 right, hold it short of 34 minutes.
All right, good recovery there. Let's just do some climbs, descents, controlled.
Okay.
So I want you to enter descent at 60 knots. So lower collective, right pedal, aft cyclic.
In the traffic, Cessna Skywagon, November 8, Whiskey Foxtrot.
And we'll level off at 5,500.
Runway 34, left-hand traffic, a stop and go.
So at 5,500, I want you to level off and pitch it forward to 70. So I lead it a little bit. Left pedal. Good, so remember, if you're descending and you want to get into a faster airspeed, then it takes quite a bit of collective to get rid of that descent and also get your speed picked up.
78 Lima, short final, 30 right, holding short of 34, man.
So we undershot by about 100 feet there, so we want to lead it a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And I gave that to you, that's why I gave you that airspeed change, because it makes it a little bit more difficult there too. Okay, and you're clear left, let's kind of head over towards the mountains here again.
Okay.
Minute traffic helicopter A15 is 5.5 miles to the southwest, maneuvering between 5,000 and 6,000 minute. Okay, so if you ever hear that horn, it might be me rolling off on you.
Okay.
Just to test you out.
Okay.
So, the only time you want to make an actual quick correction, okay, Hawk, okay, he's going. All right, so if you hear it before the horn, make that correction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like right. I'm starting to...
Minute traffic says the Skywagon number 8 Whiskey Foxtrot, turn your base leg for runway 34, a stop and go.
Also, you're going to automatically correct for it, but watch if you leave the pedals in the same spot and then RPM starts coming down.
Yeah.
It's going to yaw to the left a little bit. Feel that?
Oh, yeah.
Good. Now, if you have a good climb, just really gently get rid of it. So you want to raise collective and then slowly come forward on the side. Yeah. Yeah, if you get yourself into a big climb, and that's something you'll feel in the slow G recovery. You kind of feel that airspeed going away. You want to get it back, but you don't want to get it back. You're going to raise collective, kind of get heavy in the seat a little bit on that climb.
Yeah.
And then level it off.
Okay.
Yeah. Or excuse me, you know what, I'm sorry about that. You want to actually lower collective there and stop that climb. So clear right, and I'll show you, I have controls.
Okay, you have control.
I have controls. So,
Minute traffic, search out 6.
show me this low G recovery here. Our lights top green.
34 on the 45.
Gators green fuel card. So, feel that right roll. It's probably twice as fast as this, but what I'm gonna do is, when I'm having you do this, I'll initiate it and I'll tell you when to recover.
Okay.
I just want a really light F cyclic, so it's gonna look like this. I'm gonna start to roll right.
Yeah.
Okay, and recover, just a little bit of F cyclic. And then level the ship, and then drop that collective a little bit to get rid of that climb, and then lower the nose. Feel how much less of that over the hill feeling you get when you lower that collective first?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you have controls?
I have control.
You have controls. Okay, so keep 70. Minute traffic helicopter 815 is 5.5 to the southwest, adjacent to Kingsbury, grade northbound between 5,000 and 6,000 Minden. Okay, so I'm going to start to move you over to the side here, and when I say recover, I want you to start out with just really gentle aft cyclic. You don't want to get the nose up too high, or else you're going to start to climb. Also, if it was real life, you may clip that tailbone.
Okay.
So, here we go. And recover.
On a 78 Lima, taxi 30, crossing 3416 minutes.
Lower collective, and then forward cyclic.
Minute traffic, glider 74 on the 45, right.
You don't feel that?
30.
Every time I feel light in my seat, my heart skips a beat.
Yeah, huh? Now that you say that, I know exactly what you mean.
Yep. Okay, here we go. And recover.
Minute traffic, Fairchild 691 is midfield, left downwind for runway 34, touch and go.
Very nice. And then raise collective afterwards. So if you get yourself out of a climb and into level with that lowering of collective, then when you push over and you stay level, you're not doing a pushover, you're just rotating.
Ah, okay, that makes sense.
Very nice. All right, let's do one more. And going in and recover.
Minute traffic, glider 74 Zulu, right downwind 30.
into traffic, Skyway.
Good, especially if you have a descent going on.
Golf course entering a 45 for 3-4.
Okay, let's turn left a little bit here, a little more.
New traffic says Skyway November.
We haven't been saying that fact.
Entered in a left downwind for runway 34, and now it's going to be a stop and go.
Okay, now we can turn right again. Just want to make sure we had that guy.
Oh, I see.
Left roll, 34, touch and go.
Getting a little crowded. Good. That felt good. When's the last time you did a sailing with power recovery?
Hey, what?
Sailing with power recovery.
I don't know if I've ever done that.
Okay.
Sailing with power recovery?
Settling with power.
Oh, settling. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I haven't done
Vortex ring state.
Into traffic,
Okay.
4 Zulu, right base, 30 minutes.
So, what we'll do here, I'll show you this for next time because I want to do this next time.
Okay.
And we'll head back to the airport. We're going to get plenty of altitude here.
Traffic, Coach Out 691 is turning final, 34, touch and go.
Minute traffic, helicopter 815 is 3.5 to the west, northbound, climbing through 5,600 for 6,000 minutes. Okay, so we're going to really gently get in this. This is actually not a big deal with altitude.
Okay.
But we're actually going to come to a hover and get into vortex ring state. Now what's happening here, this is when we're descending into our own vortices.
Okay.
And we start to build up a donut of bad air. This can happen if you're making an approach and you end up being too slow with too high of a rate of descent.
Skyway 36 Tango is entering downwind 34.
So since you have the camera, I'm going to tell you a bunch of stuff that you're probably going to forget right away. But if you have less than 300 or a worse than 300 foot per minute descent rate, you're going less than ETL speed, and you have 20 to 100% power, meaning basically the engine's on, then you can run into vortex ring state where you build up a big donut of vortices and it builds all around the helicopter.
Okay.
So we're going to get into this lightly at first, and we'll recover. And then we'll really get into it the second time so you can really feel what it does.
Okay.
Okay, no lights, top of the green, gauge green, fuel, card. Every time before we do this maneuver, we want to make a clearing turn, so I'm just going to clear my side. Okay, so we are clear behind, a little turbulence there. And clear right.
Clear right.
Skyway Delivery, Whiskey Foxtrot, turn final for runway 34. Full stop. And 36 Tango's turning left base 34. Minute.
So do an instrument check, no lights, top of the green. Gauge is green, fuel, carb. What we're going to do is we're going to set this collective at 14 inches manifold pressure. And we're going to start to slow down. And what that's going to do as we go up the backside of the power curve is going to start to get us into a descent. To get this descent, we're going to come out of ETL. What I want you to do is feel the vibrations. So stay nice and loose in those pedals.
Okay.
Feel the vibrations. We're going to feel the vibrations of coming out of ETL. And we're going to feel kind of a little bit of a bigger vibration coming from behind.
Tango's turning final 3-4
There's
minutes.
ETL. There's that bigger vibration right there. Okay, we start to sink. We're in sailing power right now, so the recovery is in lower collective, right pedal, forward cycling. And as soon as we see our airspeed coming back, pull our 22 inches, left pedal, and basically a go-around is what this is, where we fly 60 knots again. We get out of that as soon as possible, so we get our airspeed back.
Wow, yeah.
If you eliminate any one of those three factors, then you can get out of sailing with power.
Is clear of the active.
Okay, are we clear right?
Clear right.
Clear right, okay.
It didn't take long at all to get into that.
No. And then, now this time we're going to really get into it.
Okay.
Minute traffic, helicopter 815, 3.8 miles to the northwest. Southbound, maneuvering between 5,000 and 6,000 minutes. Okay. So we'll get plenty of altitude here. Start to slow down again, set it to 14 inches. Now stay nice and loose on the pedals.
Okay.
Because you'll be able to feel this big ring of air around us. It's going to start to causes us to have kind of erratic yaw. We're going to lose a little bit of control on the cyclic because it's kind of taking away our rotor disc a little bit. So your natural reaction, if you feel that sink, is to start raising collective.
Yeah.
And I'll show you what happens if you raise collective when you feel that sink. Okay, so there's ETL. There's that sailing with power.
Uh-huh.
Now we're really going to get into it. We're going to get 500 feet per minute. Let's start to raise collective a little bit. And it's getting worse. Feel a really big vibration.
Yeah.
Now we're starting to lose a little bit of, it's starting to get a little sloppy. A little sloppy in the pedals. Okay, so we're going to lower collective, right pedal forward cyclic. As soon as we see that airspeed indicator come up, raise collective and get our altitude back.
Now, is that going to happen every time? If, like, I see a lot of some helicopters hovering, say where we're at right now, is that something that you just can't do? Period.
You can OG hover. That being said, you want to do it with a lot of altitude. You know, like we could. I'm not going to because of traffic here.
Okay.
Clear left. I don't want to just come to a hover here. Well, let's see. Let's make a clearing turn. You can OG hover as long as you have the power. You don't get into a descent.
Ah, okay.
So, and actually, you have controls.
I have control.
You have controls. So keep the power in. The reason we dropped our manifold pressure down to 14 inches was to get into a descent. Keep straight and level, and let's enter a hover here. Minute traffic, helicopter 815 is 3 miles to the west at 5,500 feet stationary. Minute. Okay, keep leading off that speed. And don't let yourself get a climb, just try and stay straight and level. Don't let yourself into a descent. The thing is, would you ever feel comfortable entering an auto rotation from this?
Yeah. If I had to.
0 airspeed?
Yeah.
Alright.
Minute traffic, ground vehicle,
You're in a hover. So don't let it sink. Feel it sink in a little bit.